All right, so welcome to the 5th Welcome Recovery Project for 2022. So awesome to have you with us today and with myself and Mel Abbott. So we're going to throw to Mel and she's going to introduce our 5th client today, and we're going to hear a bit about her recovery story, which I'm really super excited about. So on to you, Mel.
Hi everyone, I am so excited to bring Lyla to you today. Lyla was only 13 when she had a netball injury that left her with a terrible pain condition called complex regional pain syndrome. It is apparently the worst pain there is, according to pain specialists. It's so bad that you cannot even have shower water on your limb. It hurts too much. You can't have a sheet over your limb in bed. You can't touch it to the floor. It is the worst pain there is, and Lyla suffered from this for 3 years, and then she had an absolutely amazing recovery. She was a total star when she was 16. She's now 17 and living an absolutely phenomenal life. So over to Lyla to share with us about your journey.
Hi guys, so I was diagnosed with complex regional pain syndrome in early 2019 after my injury in September of 2018. So it was,
how bad was it? Is it really the worst pain ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really isolating. It really isolates you in your own body. You're not in control of anything you can do, or the only thing you can control is limit what you can do to lessen the pain that doesn't really lessen, if that makes sense. So I couldn't even have a shower without it feeling like shards of glass hitting my leg, or walk and it was windy, like my dog couldn't come up and brush past my legs. I've been excruciating pain. Like, it was the worst pain that I've ever experienced. Yeah.
And your limb, we will actually, we might pop a photo on the screen for people where you can see how one leg is just all like red and purple and blotchy, and it just looks totally different to the other one, doesn't it?
So I lost, I'd lose blood circulation to my legs, and so it would go purple and discolor, and it looked like I'd been beaten up on one leg.
That is absolutely insane. I've actually never heard of this condition at all. I just cannot believe that you would have that impact by just a dog brushing beside you. So tell me, so you've had that and it's so debilitating. What were you thinking through that period?
Well, I'd been told by so many doctors and specialists that it was incurable and I'd have to manage my life around medication. And that really ruined me as a 13-year-old who loved sport. I basically got told that I was never going to be able to play sport again. My life was going to revolve around the pharmacy, taking medication every day. And I just didn't think that there was a reason for that to happen to me. Like, it was a questioning of, what had I done wrong?
So did you not believe the doctors? You thought you would find a way out of it, or did you kind of have patches where you were like, I'm never going to be okay?
At the start, I definitely thought that I was going to get better. Because I was I'd say I'm quite determined in getting through things. So the doctor telling me that I'm never going to be able to play sport again was like, wow, let me prove you wrong. But no, there was some points towards the end before I came and saw Mel that I was like, there's no way I'm going to get better. I can't.
3 years is just an eternity when you're young. It's a long time even as an adult, but when you're young, it's even worse. 3 years. like Lyla was just telling me before we started today that she's just done swimming sports in her final year of school. The last time she was able to do it was her first year of secondary school. So she got to do it the first and the last, but in between was just this whole great big void of pain and no sport, which is pretty tragic for a young sporty person like Lyla.
So how did that, so you look at that, but how did it impact your friendship, your family, your relationship with everybody else, Lyla?
Yeah, it was really tough. I'd like to say it wasn't, but it was really tough on all of us, especially my friends, because I didn't know what was going wrong with my body. I couldn't then tell them what was wrong because I didn't have all of the answers.
And then when you're told, I mean, I was told when I was 21 that I was never going to recover and had to learn to live with it. And, you know, that was just soul destroying. And it's one of my biggest pet hates of messages that doctors give people. And whenever I present at the National GP conference, I'm always talking about how important it is for doctors to stop telling people, you know, what you have is incurable. You know, to say, I don't have an answer for you is fair enough, but you are incurable is just a terribly damaging message.
Yeah, it's not nice to hear, and especially when you don't know what you've just been diagnosed with.
No.
So you went and did the switch. What happened during it and what happened after?
During it, I was sitting there kind of thinking, I don't know if this is going to work for me. I was really freaking out.
You didn't let me know that.
And then I was like, no, I've got to be open-minded. I've got to stay positive.
Nice.
Because if this is what's going to fix me, if it's what's going to help me, I need to do this. So, and then I think I was the first or second person who did the quick switch of the day.
So you must have been a star student already, because I always pick someone to go first who I really trust is going to ace it. So I must have already had a good feeling about you.
And I did it. And I remember standing at that stop position, and Mel, you told me to like do a physical movement that I would not be able to do because I was in pain. And I was like, okay, let's just see how this goes. And then I did, and my pain decreased, and I was like, what is this? Like, this is my pain decreased. I then stepped forward and did all of those steps, and I just felt my pain decrease and decrease and decrease. And I started at stop at 10 out of 10 pain, and I sat down in 2 out of 10 pain.
Woohoo! So exciting. And how long did that take? Like, to go from a 10 out of 10 to a 2 out of 10, how long do you reckon that went for?
Like, when I did the switch?
Yeah, how long was that switch?
Oh, probably like 7 or 8 minutes. It wasn't long.
Yeah, 7 or 8 minutes from a 10 to a 2. That's so exciting.
And I hadn't been under a 6 out of 10 pain in over 3 years.
So was it a pattern interrupt? So explain that to me. Explain what happened during it.
I basically just let my mind trust my body that it's okay.
Yeah.
And really, like, know that my body is okay. And I don't need to be doing all of this because it's not only hurting my physical health, but my mental health and the mental health of people around me.
Nice. That is, seriously, you articulate it very well for a young person, Lyla. Seriously, very well. And I think it is amazing how we can be conditioned for so long sometimes, you know, where it becomes the norm, and that's what it is. And unless we interrupt it and break it and attempt to change things, we don't realize that, oh, that's possible. That is actually possible. But sometimes our mind takes over. Not saying that all of them, all of it is, but I'm saying the power of the mind is so strong at times. It can move mountains, as we would say. So well done on that. Well done.
Yeah, she aced it. And you know, the science is all validating this now. You know, all the pain consultants and specialists are talking about, you know, that the pain center is in the brain. You know, we know that 75% of amputees feel pain in the limb they don't even have anymore. It's because the pain was not in the limb, the pain was in the brain. And so, you know, it doesn't mean people are making it up, it's real.
That's right.
But the signals are in the brain, so it's being able to bypass and manage those signals that gives the results. And I think, you know, that's where you did so well in your first switch, Lyla, was, you know, using your body as an interrupt, and then also, you know, really shifting those mind patterns that allowed your pain center to realize, oh, we actually don't still have an injury. You know, that was 3 years ago that we had a sore leg. It's not still sore. And you did such a great job of that.
That's fascinating, isn't it? Because it's almost like you go back in the past and there's an emotion attached to an event, isn't it? And then it's so real. It's so real that it becomes the norm, right?
Yeah.
And unless you disassociate yourself from it at some point. So, well done, Mel. Like, well done. And like I've never done the switch program. I don't know about it, and I don't know Lyla either. This is the very first time, which I love. I actually really love the way that we operate. I've got no idea what. This is the first time I've heard it, and it's and I love that because it's so real, and I'm just hearing it for the very first time. So well done, Mel, on what you've. I would love to do the switch at some point.
Well, you're very welcome.
Yeah. And so, Lyla, well done on your progress. So what's next for you then? So you've gone from where you have to where you are now. What's possible for you now?
A lot more things, and which is very cool. So I've been able to get back into sport, which has been it's been so amazing. So I've gone to rowing, and I'm coxing boats and stuff. So we're preparing for our North Island secondary schools, which is 2 weekends away. So this is live. We've already done it, and I'll be down south in Twizel for Māori Cup, which is like the New Zealand championship, which is very exciting. And then I get to play winter sport for the first time in 4 years.
Cool.
Very exciting. I'm so excited. And then I can basically I can do what I want without. I know now that I'm never gonna have a repercussion. And if I do, then I just switch that. Like, I've used the switch so much more than just for my pain.
Yeah, because you were basically done with pain on day one, weren't you? You were like, the whole group's watching Lyla like, oh, she's already all better.
Yeah.
Yep, she is.
Yep.
So you were kind of then, well, what else can I use the switch for? Because I'm kind of all finished on the problem here. So, you know, what would you say, what are the other areas of your life that have enhanced, you know, from what you've learned from moving through such an intense pain journey as a young person?
When I'm still using the switch, I use it to calm myself down, because now I've got so much energy. You know, I'm crazy now. Well, not crazy, but you know what I mean. I've got so much more energy because I'm not suppressing any pain.
That's some really good life skills tools that you can use. That's crazy. That's so good. I mean, this is almost like you should use in schools now, right? You know, in terms of, because that's what's happening all around us, right? With emotional turmoil, comparing, stress. You know, it's real. It's real. And then you've got bullying, which is real. We've seen that in schools now, where I think it's just getting ridiculous at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's all those things compounding and the stress around it that this would be magnificent. So well done on that. That's awesome that you can use it in all veins of your life.
Yeah.
Totally. Because stress is behind most problems. Like if we learn how to manage that better, then it changes your health, it changes your relationships, it changes your, your performance at work, it changes so many things. So yeah, it's a great skill to have had the opportunity to learn when you were still a teenager and have it for life.
Very good skill.
So if someone's watching this who has their own pain problem or any other health problem, and they're getting all inspired by your story and feeling still a bit scared of, but how on earth could I get better? What would you say to them, Lyla?
I would tell them to keep positive, even though it's really hard to. Keep an open mind when you go to all of these appointments, and know that if you keep at it, you will get better. You're not just going to get fixed in a day. Like, yeah, yes, I did, but that doesn't mean that everybody else is. You have to want to be better to get better.
Yeah.
And I think that was really, probably a really big factor with me, because I had the desire, I need to get better. Obviously I need to get better for myself, but I need to get better for everyone around me, because it's not from them. And so just be positive, keep working at it, and it'll come to you being better.
I think I might adopt you as my therapist. I think those were seriously crazy words right there. That was so simple, yet to the point. Wow.
Yeah, so inspiring. These young ones with so much wisdom, eh?
So much wisdom, man. Far out. I think it's just wonderful. So so Lyla, I'm fascinated by your story. I think what you've given us a lot of golden nuggets right throughout this whole interview, particularly at your age. So what was your age again?
I'm 17.
17. For someone to have such an amazing skill set around telling the story, but articulate it very well. But seriously, you've got so much to give, and I'm so grateful that you're on our show today to express to people that that may have gone through some challenges, that have experienced whether trauma, whether some illnesses. It really is nice to have you, particularly from a 17-year-old, eye view, to say what you've been through and come through it with the support of obviously Mel, who's given you the tools, which I think is just amazing. Like, she's come up with some incredible tools, obviously, that is able to navigate you safe around the issues that you were concerning with. So thanks for your story. I appreciate it.
No, thank you for having me.
Fantastic to have had you on our show, Lyla. Thank you so much. And for everyone who's watching, share these stories, like them, comment on them. It all helps more people to know about them. And if you've got further questions, you're welcome to contact Richie or I to hear more about it. So see you next week on the show.